Hello guys, welcome back to Board Prepp, and this is our part B of chapter number 1. Chapter number 1 में what we have done, we did the concepts whatever are there in chemical reactions and equations. उसके बाद what we did the in-text questions of the same chapter. Now what we are going to do in this part B वाला thing, we are going to cover the questions and answer that are given at the back of the chapter. चैप्टर के पीछे वाली एक्सरसाइज इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन सीबीएसई. वो मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस यू कैन हैंडल मतलब यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम द बैक एक्सरसाइज एज वेल एज द इन-टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, so we cannot skip that important part. Now let's start with our question number 1. Okay, how we will do, कैसे करेंगे कैसे? We will read the question. I'll give you 10 seconds to think that how to proceed on this question. है ना, थोड़ा सोचने का टाइम चाहिए. उसके बाद we will solve simultaneously. है ना? Okay. Which of the statements about the reaction below are incorrect? So remember, it is asked incorrect. The equation is 2PbO which is in the solid state, because S लिखा है यहाँ पे, reacts with carbon again which is in the solid state, and जब ये दोनों रिएक्ट करते हैं, रिएक्ट करके हमें प्रोडक्ट मिलता है, और वो प्रोडक्ट मिलता है lead which is solid, and carbon dioxide, ये 2 can be placed over here, वहां नहीं है. ठीक है, so this is CO2. Yes, this way. तो अभी let's read the statement, फिर we will see the options. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, रिडक्शन और ऑक्सीडेशन में क्वेश्चन है. तो if I'll write it here, PbO plus carbon gives you Pb plus CO2, ऐसा कुछ है ना. अभी देखो यहाँ पे O था इसके पास, यहाँ पे O नहीं है, O ने साथ छोड़ा, तो इसका मतलब ये क्या हुआ, यहाँ पे रिडक्शन हुआ, एंड दिस इज द ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट. है ना. अच्छा, यहाँ पे कार्बन, इसके साथ कोई नहीं था, यहाँ ऑक्सीजन ऐड हो गया, तो व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस, ऑक्सीडेशन, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट. ये हमारा क्या बन गया, रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट बन गया. अब क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हैं. लेड इज गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड. क्या यहाँ पे लेड रिड्यूस हो रही है या लेड ऑक्साइड रिड्यूस हो रही है? टेल मी. लेड ऑक्साइड इज गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड ना, तो ये स्टेटमेंट तो आप कट कर दो, है ना. अच्छा, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज गेटिंग ऑक्सीडाइज्ड. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में क्या ऑक्सीजन ऐड हो रहा है, क्या वो ऑक्सीडाइज हो रही है? नहीं ना. तो फिर हाउ कैन दिस स्टेटमेंट बी करेक्ट? हियर कार्बन इज गेटिंग ऑक्सीडाइज्ड, नॉट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. कार्बन ऑक्सीडाइज होके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बन रहा है. मेक सेंस? ओके, so this statement is also incorrect. कार्बन इज गेटिंग ऑक्सीडाइज बिल्कुल सही है, कार्बन ऑक्सीडाइज होके CO2 बन रहा है. लेड ऑक्साइड इज गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड बिल्कुल सही, लेड ऑक्साइड रिड्यूस होके क्या बन रहा है, लेड बन रहा है ना. तो विच स्टेटमेंट आर इनकरेक्ट, फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड, ए एंड बी. तो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट, है ना, इनकरेक्ट से करेक्ट बन गया. तो ये वाला टर्म इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आप करेक्ट पढ़ लेते तो फिर योर आंसर विल बी चेंजिंग. सी एंड डी, ऑल्दो ये ऑप्शन में नहीं था, बट अगर होता तो आप कंफ्यूज हो सकते थे. एग्जाम करने में बहुत जल्दी होती है, तो उस टाइम में जल्दी में आपको एक क्वेश्चन गलत हो सकता है. चलो नेक्स्ट, Fe2O3, we'll write it like this, Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives you Al2O3 plus 2Fe, है ना. अभी F के साथ O है, एल्यूमिनियम आया, which is very powerful. In the reactivity series, aluminium is above iron. ये पावरफुल है, ये इसे धक्का देगा, हटे यहाँ से, ये हटाएगा इसे एंड खुद बैठ जाएगा यहाँ पे, और आयरन बेचारा अकेले में सेटिस्फाइंगली, तो उसको उसकी जगह से उसने क्या करा, डिस्प्लेस कर दिया. Now let's see the question. The above reaction is an example of combination reaction. No, कुछ कंबाइन तो हुआ नहीं, कंबाइन होके एक चीज तो बनी नहीं. डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट, नो मैम, म्यूचुअल एक्सचेंज ऑफ आयंस तो हुआ ही नहीं है. Decomposition reaction, no, nothing has been decomposed, so it is a excuse me, this is a displacement reaction, जिसमें a powerful entity has displaced the weaker entity from its aqueous salt solution. Okay, so D is the correct option. इन्हीं मिनी से क्वेश्चंस लग रहे हैं पढ़ने के बाद, राइट? ओके. What happens when dilute hydrochloric acid? Dilute hydrochloric acid, ऐसे ही लिखते थे ना, is added to iron filling. क्या होता था? What was the equation? Try to recall. Metal plus acid gives you salt plus hydrogen gas. So it is FeCl2 plus H2. If we'll balance it, so it will become 2HCl. So take the correct option. Hydrogen gas and iron chloride are produced. Correct. Chlorine gas and iron hydroxide is produced. No. No reaction takes place. Reaction will take place because iron is more reactive than hydrogen. Iron salt and water are produced. No water is produced. So first option is correct. And this can be this has been solved by a simple equation of metal plus acid will give you salt plus hydrogen gas. ठीक है, चलो next. What is a balanced chemical equation? जल्दी से बताओ, तो बहुत easy है, फटाफट. Balance means इधर और उधर balance. So that means a balanced equation. A balanced equation is an equation. A balanced equation is an equation where the atoms on left hand side is equal to atoms on right hand side. Is that clear? Okay. Why should chemical equations be balanced? Chemical equation क्यों balance होनी चाहिए? Very easy. Chemical equation क्यों balance होनी चाहिए? क्योंकि this is given by a law, this is, which we have read also. That is, which law is there? जल्दी से, अभी तक तो लिख जाना चाहिए कॉपी में. Law of conservation of, इसका conservation, mass. That mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. इसीलिए तो balancing करते थे कि इधर एक H है उधर दो H कैसे बन गए मैम? You were asking me ना? So that is the question. And the question is complete. So easy. Next. Translate the following statements into chemical equations. Okay. पहले तो whatever English में equation is given, English वाली equation को हमें chemical equation में change करना है. And then balance them. या फिर balance भी कर रहा है. Let's do it. अब तो हमारे लिए बच्चों का काम है. क्यों? We did in practice in text questions. Hydrogen gas combines with nitrogen to give ammonia. The formula for ammonia is NH3. To balance, what we have to do? LHS, RHS wala technique. LHS, RHS. Element is H and N. 2, 2, 3, 1. So 1 को क्या करना है? We'll make it 2. It will become 4. Now here we can multiply it by 2. Multiply किया R में. I wrote it in LHS. आपको देखना था ना? You have to tell कि मैम यहाँ you are not supposed to put it. Automatically, if I'll put n over 2 over here, so it will get multiplied by 2 over here, and 2 3 is 6 also. So here we will multiply it by 3. So this is our balanced equation for A part. Now B part. Okay. So here it says hydrogen sulfide gas. Okay. H2 is gas. Burns in air to give water and sulfur dioxide. Okay. Now, how can we balance it? Again, LHS, RHS wala trick. HSO 2, 1, 2. Here it is 2, 1 and 3. Now let's multiply to balance the oxygen. Let's keep it an even number. So it will be 2 oxygen plus 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 2, 6 oxygen. So now you can simply multiply this by 3 in order to balance the oxygen. Once the oxygen is balanced, let's see the other components. Here there are 4 hydrogen in the RHS, so we have to multiply here by 2. So it will become 4 hydrogen and 2 sulfur. Here also we have 2 sulfur. So everything is balanced, 4, 2 and 6. So this is our balanced equation for part number B. Clear? Okay. Now, barium chloride reacts with aluminium sulfate, Al2SO4 whole thrice, to give aluminium chloride AlCl3. You are getting है कि कैसे आ रहा है aluminium chloride? Al का +3, chloride का -1. So it will become AlCl3. And a precipitate of barium sulfate, BaSO4. Now let's do the LHS and RHS. Barium, chlorine, aluminium, sulfur, oxygen. So barium is 1. So we have to write यहाँ पे elements वाले में LHS में we have written all the elements. तो यहाँ पे अभी LHS थोड़ा सा shift कर देते हैं instead of repeating the word. यहाँ पे we'll do it like this. This is LHS. Barium is 1 in LHS. RHS में भी it's also 1. How many chlorine atoms can you see यहाँ पे? 2. Here it is 3. Here we have how many aluminium? 2 aluminium. How many sulfur? 1 into 3, 3. How many oxygen? 4 into 3, 12. Now RHS, aluminium 1, chlorine 3, barium 1, S1, O4. So सबसे पहले what we can do, O को multiply by 3 to make it 12. So it will be 3. Fine. So it will become 3 barium also, 3 sulfur also, and 12 oxygen. Abhi, what is the unbalance? Let's use black pen. Oxygen balanced, sulfur balanced, barium not balanced, fluorine not balanced, aluminium not balanced. So aluminium ko let's balance it by multiplying the RHS by 2. So it will be 2Al and 2 3s are 6. And AlCl also balanced. Now barium should be multiplied by what? 3 into 3 and into 3. So now we have 6, 6, 2, 3, 4. So this is our balanced equation for part number C. 3BaCl2, Al2SO4 whole 5, 2AlCl3 plus 3BaSO4. Okay, now let's move on to the last part of the question, and that is potassium metal reacts with water to give potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. है ना? So now again we will do the LHS RHS wala tray. K, O and H. ना? K1, H2. अब तो I think सपने में भी you can do सोते सोते भी इतने pros you have become. K1, O1, H3. So let's multiply this H by O2. So what it will become? 2K, 4H and 2. Now multiply this by 2. So it will become 4. Okay. 2. Multiply this by 2. So all the elements are balanced. 2, 2 and 4. So our balanced equation for part number D is 2K plus 2 water plus 2 KOH plus H2. Is that clear? चले आगे? Okay. Now, balance the following chemical equations. So this time they have already given you the equation. You just have to balance it. मतलब LHS RHS लगाना है. We don't have to frame any chemical equation. HNO3, again LHS RHS concept. E is for element. LHS, RHS, H, N, O, Ca, H. How many H do we have? 1H plus 2H. So it will become 3H. Here only 2H. N, 1N. Here we have 2N, 1 into 2. Oxygen, 3 plus 1 into 2, 2, 5. Here we have 3 2 is 6 plus 1, 7. Calcium only 1 क्योंकि ये ब्रैकेट से बाहर है. Don't tell me कि मैम यहाँ 2 है, उसको उसके साथ क्यों नहीं लिया, क्योंकि वो ब्रैकेट के बाहर है. Here also there is 1 calcium. Now let's balance it. By hit and trial, first we'll try to balance O. So let's multiply this H2O by 2. So what is the number now? 4H2. So we have here 4. How many oxygen? 3 2 is 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 oxygen we have. Here also multiply by 2. So it will become 2H plus 2H. So 4H, 2N, 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 2, 8O. and calcium 1 1. So oh, that's cool. Everything is balanced now. 4 2 2 8 4 2 8 1. So our balanced equation is, let me just erase it here that you won't get confused यहाँ पे. So this is our balanced equation. Easy peasy. Okay. Next one. NaOH plus H2SO4. NaOHS. LHS. RHS. Okay. How many sodium atom we have? 1. Here we have 2 sodium atom. Oxygen 1 plus 4 5. 4 plus 1 5. Very good. H 2 plus 1 3. Here we have only 2H. S 1S. Here we have 1S. Okay. तो अभी first of all let's balance Na. 1 को 2 बनाना very easy. Multiply it by 2. So let's multiply it by 2. So it will become 2Na. Fine. O 4 plus 2 6. And H 2 plus 2 4. Now what we can do to make RHS, I mean H4 on RHS, let's multiply it by 2. So now we have 4H and 2 plus 4, 6 oxygen. So this is balanced. Na22, 6X, 2, 4, 4, 1, 1. So everything is balanced. This is our balanced equation again. This is your balanced equation. ठीक है ना? चलें आगे. You can do this कि मैम ये कैसे erase और लिखना और क्या है? You can do that with the pencil also. ये pencil से करके then fair answer you can write with the blue pen. Next, NaCl. We have NaCl, AgNO. Na1, L1, Ag1, N1, O3. Next is Ag1, Cl1, Na1, N1, O3. Oh my God, ये तो ऑलरेडी बैलेंस्ड है. इन्होंने क्वेश्चन क्यों दिया? इट्स फ्री के मार्क्स. तो बोर्ड्स में ऐसे भी क्वेश्चन आते हैं. बी अलर्ट, जिसमें आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. यू हैव टू राइट it is already balanced. Is a balanced equation. Next, Ba. Cl H S O. One, two, two, one. 1, 2, 2, 1, 4. Next is 1, barium 1, sulfur 1, oxygen 4, H1, Cl1. Okay, let's balance it. अभी what we can do, Cl को balance करते हैं, into 2 करते हैं यहाँ पे. So H will also get multiplied by 2. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 4, 4. Okay, it also got balanced with a single step itself. Very easy. है ना? So these all 4 have been balanced. Understood? अच्छे से? चलो, let's move on to the next question. Again balancing. So how much we are practicing balancing? है ना? चलो. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following reaction. वही same balancing ही करना है हमें. Calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide will give you calcium carbonate plus water. ठीक है, तो अगेन LHS RHS, calcium oxygen hydrogen carbon oxygen is repeated. Calcium 1, oxygen 2 plus 2 4, hydrogen 2, carbon 1, calcium 1, carbon 1, oxygen 3 plus 1 4, hydrogen 2. Arey wow, this is already balanced. So this is a balanced equation. This is a balanced equation just by writing it in the symbolic form. Next, zinc plus silver nitrate AgNO3, zinc nitrate ZnNO3 plus silver. Zinc, NO3, so they are already balanced. You are not supposed to balance it. Again, aluminium plus copper chloride, aluminium chloride plus copper. So we have to balance it. Let's do the LHS, RHS. I'll just remove this one. Aluminium, copper, chlorine. 1, 1, 2. 1, 3, 1. So how we can do? We can multiply it by 2. Chlorine ko multiply it by 2. So abhi it will become 2Al, 6Cl, copper. Now it should be multiplied by 3, Cl wala part. So it will become 3 copper and 6 chlorine. Aluminium should be multiplied by 2 in order to be balanced. And here it should be multiplied by 3. So this is our balanced equation. 2Al plus 3 CuCl2 gives you 2 molecules of AlCl3 plus 3 copper. Okay? Last part. Barium chloride BaCl2 plus potassium sulfate K2SO4 gives you barium sulfate plus potassium chloride KCl. So let's do it again by LHS RHS. Barium, chlorine, potassium, sulfur, oxygen. Barium 1, chlorine 2, potassium 2, sulfur 1, oxygen 4. Now barium 1, sulfur 1, oxygen 4, K1, Cl1. So this should be multiplied by 2. So it is balanced now. 1, 2, 2, 1, 4. So this is our balanced equation. Clear? Let's move on to the next one. Again, we have to balance. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following. Balanced chemical equation. Identify the type of reaction. Achha, one new thing is you have to identify the type of reaction also. So that's a revision of that topic also. Potassium bromide, KBr aqueous plus barium iodide. Just erase it. Barium iodide plus gives you potassium iodide aqueous plus barium bromide. Column. तो यहाँ पे what is happening, is K and B are friends starting में, and BA and I2 are friends starting में. अभी क्या हुआ, after reaction they got exchanged. यहाँ पे K and I became friends and BA and BR became friends. So there is mutual exchange of ions, and that's why, and a precipitate is also formed, solid air. So that's why it is called what? Double displacement. Okay, now let's balance it also. Let's balance it. K, BR, BA, I. 1, 1, 1, 2. Here it is 1, 1, 1, 2. So multiply this by 2. I should be multiplied by 2 in the RHS. So it will become 2K. Now K should be multiplied again by 2. So it will become 2 and 2. So this is 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. So this is your balanced equation, 2KBr, A part, BaI2, 2Ki, BaBr2, double displacement reaction. Now let's do the second part. Zinc carbonate, will give you, it's a solid state we have to mention. Zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. अभी क्या है, one thing is getting decomposed into two parts, that's why it is called decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Fine. Okay, now we have to balance it also. Let's see, zinc 1, 1, O3, 1 plus 2, 3, carbon. So this is already balanced. You need not do that. Okay? This is B part. Now let's do the C1. Hydrogen, H2. Abhi to, you know, chlorine, Cl2 will give you hydrogen chloride, HCl. So two things are combining to give one product. That's why it is called combination reaction. Absolutely correct. Combination reaction. Now just balance it. If we'll multiply this by 2, what will happen? 2H, 2Cl on both the sides. Okay, you can do that by LHS, RHS wala part also. Next is D, magnesium, Mg, solid, plus hydrochloric acid, HCl, will give you magnesium chloride, aqueous, plus hydrogen. है ना? So again we have to balance it. But पहले let's see the type of reaction. Mg, it was having nothing. HCl, acid is there. So H is getting added to, or you can say here, hydrogen is getting displaced from the chlorine. Chlorine के साथ कौन था? H and Cl were bonded, and that bond has been broken by magnesium, and magnesium got attached to chlorine and hydrogen is separated. That's why it is known as displacement reaction. So this is our D part and that completes our this question. Okay. Next, balancing, I think it's left. No, it's not complete yet. Magnesium plus HCl. So here, if we'll multiply this by 2, so 1 magnesium, 2H, 2 chlorine, 2 chlorine. So this is our balanced equation and the type of reaction we have mentioned. Next question. Just a sec. What does one mean by exothermic and endothermic reaction? See, as the name suggests, exo means something is releasing. So यहाँ पे the reaction in which energy is released is called exothermic reaction. For example, as it is asking, you have to give example. The respiration. Respiration is the process in which energy is released. C6H12O6 plus O2 will give you CO2 plus water plus energy. है ना? Now, endothermic, as the name suggests, we have read it also. Endo मतलब absorb कर रहा है. क्या absorb कर रहा है? Energy absorb कर रहा है. So, the reaction in which energy is absorbed is called endothermic reaction. And the example is splitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen, in which energy is provided in the form of electricity in order to break it. Okay? Okay. Next. Why? Next question is are interrelated to our previous one. Why is respiration considered an exothermic reaction? Abhi, if I am teaching you, I need energy. So what happens is we intake food. Food अंदर लिया हमने. That food is digestion of food takes place and it gets broken into small pieces which ultimately gets converted into glucose. And when we breathe, when we do breathing, that is intake of oxygen. So when intake of oxygen takes place, respiration happens, and with that respiration, we get the energy. What is glucose? It is C6H12O6. This is glucose. And when it combined with oxygen, what it gave? It gave us CO2, carbon dioxide, plus water and plus energy. And because this energy is released, that's why it is known as exothermic reaction. This way you have to explain it in your answer, that why respiration is known as exothermic reaction. Okay? Why are decomposition reactions called the opposite of combination reaction? Very easy question. What is combination reaction? क्या होता है combination reaction? reaction in which two or more elements or compounds combine to form a single product, that is called combination. जैसे A plus B will give you C. For example, methane plus oxygen will give you CO2, है ना, plus energy. Fine now. Now what is decomposition? Why it is called the opposite? Decomposition is when a single compound breaks to form two or more elements or compounds. उसे क्या बोलते हैं? Decomposition reaction. For example, इसमें क्या होता है? उल्टा हो गया उसका. Example, H2O when given with electricity. Why I am repeating the same examples again and again? So that ये आपके mind में चले जाए. I can give you every time a new example for each question, but that won't make any sense because वो आपके mind में ही नहीं retain होंगे. We will try to retain NCERT वाले examples by practicing them again and again. ठीक है? 2 plus O2. So that's why it is called the opposite, क्योंकि एक में combine हो रहा है, एक में decompose, एक में break हो रहा है, एक में जुड़ रहा है. ठीक है? चलो. Next. Write one equation each for decomposition reactions where energy is supplied in the form of heat. Heat वाले को क्या बोलते हैं? Thermal. Light, photo. Electricity, electro decomposition. ठीक है ना? तो सबसे पहले let's start with heat वाला, thermal. Calcium hydroxide when heated will give you calcium oxide plus hydrogen. So this is an example of thermal decomposition, right? Next, we'll take the photo decomposition. Here AgBr, silver bromide, when sunlight falls on it, it breaks to give gray silver plus bromine. Next is electro decomposition. That is again water wala, H2O. After the passage of electricity, it will give H2 plus O2. Okay, so we have given all the three examples, one of thermal, photo and electro decomposition. Next question. What is the difference between displacement and double displacement reaction? क्या फर्क होता है? Write equation. Displacement में what was happening? क्या था displacement? When a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its aqueous salt solution, this is called displacement reaction. Example, iron plus copper chloride will give you iron chloride plus copper will get separated. So this is the example of displacement reaction when one element has been displaced by the another weaker element. Now let's talk about the double displacement reaction. Double displacement में what happens when there is mutual exchange of ions. Plus an insoluble precipitate is formed. That is called double displacement reaction. Yeah. So for example for the same is BaCl2 barium chloride plus sodium sulfate. It will give you barium sulfate plus NaCl. So this is an example of double displacement reaction. Next, in the refining of silver, the recovery of silver from silver nitrate solution involved the displacement by copper metal. Write down the reaction involved. उसने सब कुछ बता दिया इक्वेशन में क्या कि सिल्वर निकालने के लिए सिल्वर नाइट्रेट को कॉपर से रिप्लेस करना पड़ता है, तो उसका बस हमें इक्वेशन लिखना है. तो द मेटल सिल्वर इज लीस्ट रिएक्टिव, कॉपर उससे ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है. सिल्वर नाइट्रेट सोल्यूशन will form copper nitrate plus sulfur will get separated. Okay, this is the equation you are supposed to write. Next, what do you mean by precipitation reaction? We were just discussing that when two solutions are mixed and there is mutual exchange of ions. Mutual exchange of ions. And one of the compound forms. One of the compound formed is insoluble, which settles at the bottom. Forms precipitate this is called precipitation. Example, barium chloride, sodium sulfate will give you barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. Is that clear? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next question. Explain the following in terms of gain or loss of oxygen with examples of. Okay. Oxidation. Oxidation means addition of oxygen. addition of oxygen. So what will be the example? Copper plus oxygen will give you copper oxide, na? Iron plus oxygen will give you iron oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen will give you magnesium oxide. There are ample examples of the same. Now, what is reduction? Removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. It is known as reduction. यहाँ पे भी you can write addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. यहाँ पे removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. The example is CuO, copper oxide plus hydrogen will give you copper plus water. Similarly, Fe3O4 with hydrogen give iron plus water. This is how they are getting reduced. Oxygen remove हो रहा है. Getting? चलो. Next one. A shiny brown colored element X. Okay. On heating in air, if we heat in air, is basically X plus O2 becomes black in color. यहाँ पे it is black in color. Name the element X and the black colored compound form. If you know that which element becomes black on heating, it is copper. So copper plus oxygen will form copper oxide, which is black in color. So X is copper and the black compound form is copper oxide. Copper oxide. Clear? Okay. Next one. Why do we apply paint on articles? See, that guy is applying paint on the articles. Why that guy is applying paint on the articles? Because we know iron articles are prone to rusting because of the reaction with oxygen and with moisture, I'll say. है ना? To prevent iron articles from rusting. Articles to prevent iron articles from rusting so that they won't come in contact, because when you apply paint एक layer आ गई है, direct contact में नहीं आएगा air के. So that's why to prevent iron articles from rusting, direct contact between iron and moisture is broken by applying paint. इसलिए वी अप्लाई पेंट ऑन आयरन आर्टिकल्स उसके ऊपर, जिससे पेंट के बाद वो मॉइस्चर अटैक नहीं करेगा, रस्टिंग नहीं होगी, हमारा आयरन आर्टिकल खराब नहीं होगा. फाइन. नेक्स्ट. Oil and fat containing food items are flushed with nitrogen. Why? We read in the concept of rancidity that oily fatty foods oxidize in air, and because of that it gives bad smell, bad taste, due to which we can have stomach infection also. So to prevent oxidation, or we will say rancidity, prevent करने के लिए these are flushed with नाइट्रोजन गैस, इसीलिए चिप्स का पैकेट हमें फूला हुआ दिखाई देता है, ठीक है, अदरवाइज वो चिप्स खराब हो जाएंगे। दे आर नॉट फ्रेशली प्रिपेयर्ड कि अभी बनाया उन्होंने, अभी आपको लेज का पैकेट दे दिया, नो, दे आर प्रिपेयर्ड इन फैक्ट्रीज और बहुत टाइम पहले, बट दे लुक फ्रेश व्हेन यू ओपन इट बिकॉज ऑफ द नाइट्रोजन गैस दैट इज पैक्ड इन इट। Next, explain the following terms with one example of each. We have did it lot of times. Corrosion. What is corrosion? When a metal is attacked by moisture, acid, etc., and it loses its properties, that is called corrosion. You can give the example of iron, copper, silver, any example you can give that we have discussed in the lecture itself. Next is rancidity. When our oily food gets oxidized in the presence of air, that is called rancidity, and that led to the development of bad taste, smell, and that can be prevented by keeping the food in airtight containers, by flushing the packet of chips with nitrogen gas, or by keeping the food away from sunlight. This way you can prevent the food from becoming rancid. This is what you are supposed to write in this answer. Okay, so that completes your chapter 1, that is chemical reaction and equation. So what we did all the concepts related which are given in NCERT. We did all the in-text exercise and we did the complete back exercise. So now you have become pro in chapter number 1. Just revise it twice and thrice, and then you will be able to handle any question from this chapter. Okay, any question means any question. So see you in the next chapter, that is chapter number 2. Okay, bye-bye.